lovely speaker, Javeria Khan. Is it she here?
Yes, hello, I'm here. Yes.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
I hope that you're doing well.
Thank you.
So
Thank
let me introduce for you Javeria is a counselor, life coach, and founder of Javeria Khan Coaching and Eco Circle Consultant. So she's here with her approach, integrate counseling and leadership development, empowering individuals to navigate challenges with the presence and purpose. Through her practice, courses, and speaking, Javeria champion conscious leadership. This is amazing, Javeria. Helen and self-trust as the founder for lasting impact in organization and community. So let's have you on the stage, my dear, and
you. Thank you so
welcome, welcome,
much.
welcome.
Thank you so much. In the interest of time, I'm quickly going to share this slide. Bear with me, please. Just a second. Just a second, please. There we go. I think I have it now. Are you able to see it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do is I will just jump into it, right? Because we are short on time. Right. So first of all, it's morning at my end, wherever you are in the world. Very good. Welcome to the summit and to this particular session. I'm really delighted, to be honest, with all the speakers that have been sharing such valuable insights. And also my deep gratitude to Yes Women Can Foundation and to Yes Momentum. I'm here today to, alongside with all of you, honor everyone by shedding some light on the relationship between leadership and inner work, right? And it is really about healing as leadership and how inner work can create outer change. Having said that, let's move to our other slide. So I really love, starting my sessions generally by asking questions just to, have like your brain's thinking. So when you hear the word leadership, what comes to your mind? Maybe a superhero with a cape, or maybe, well, is it strategy? Maybe influence? Maybe, that one person who has the corner office on the floor in an office setting, or somebody with a title that commands respect, right? Because honestly, let's just be honest about the fact that for a long time, that's what we've been taught, that leadership is really about, the external power, the visible strength, the outward achievements. But what I really want to offer to all of you today is a different view. Well, I would not say different. There are many people who recognize this, but on this platform to offer that view. And that is that what if real leadership doesn't begin out there? It's not on the outskirts. But in fact, it truly, really begins within here. And we had one of our speakers, Ms. Murshid, I believe, that was talking about this in a different capacity. So what if leadership is truly born, in those very quiet, often those invisible works of healing, which we do inside within us? And for women especially, who have long been asked, to hold more, to endure more, and to keep going without, ever being acknowledged, unfortunately. This inner work, frankly, is not, keeping it very personal. Because when you encompass that and you do that healing, it has an outward effect. And how are we going to have a look at it? Alrighty, this image is not showing, but there was a man with a cap and a heart glowing. Traditionally, we've seen leadership as command and control. We just talked about it. But what healing really does is that it flips that philosophy. Healing isn't flashy. It doesn't kind of, shows up as like, oh, it's glittery, it's outward, you can see it, you can celebrate it. But frankly, it is the courage to face what hurts, to rewrite those old patterns, and to choose growth over repetition of those patterns that not always serve us. And when a woman does that, when she chooses presence over, let's say, burnout, She chooses compassion over being, perfectionist. She chooses to be aligned internally rather than seeking external approval. The ripple of that phenomenon is undeniable. It becomes visible. And this phenomenon truly, also allows things to shift. And you'll see the shift happening within families, within teams, within communities. The communities will feel it. And I think today in the platform, we're already seeing, wonderful people, wonderful women that have been doing this phenomenal work. It's actually showing in the community. And to me, honestly, that is leadership. It's not granted by title, but it's really granted through this lived capacity of holding integrity as well as courage, right? And I'm so sorry, the slide is not showing, but there is a lady here with a cap and she's got her 3 points enlightened. So what does healing as leadership actually look like, right? I look at it in 3 dimensions. There are clinical studies about it. I'm sure there was a speaker who was talking about going into psychology and studying that. And there's a lot of work that begins into these 3 spaces. So number 1 is self-awareness. Healing asks us to notice, number 1, the beliefs that we carry, and then the patterns that we are repeating based on those beliefs and those values. So, for example, think of a woman in leadership who realizes that her drive to overwork, right, comes from a place of fear, where she has had a belief that, hey, you know what, I'm not being enough, or I may not be enough. So I need to do more. I need to try more. But the moment she names that, she's not only going to be, freeing herself out of those shackles of the beliefs, she's also going to, give permission for others to live differently too, as well as herself. Number 2, self-regulation. Spelling mistakes. Sorry for that. Yeah, 2 a.m. doing the slides. Healing teaches us to regulate our nervous system, a very key concept. When we talk about healing and we talk about, working with our system, the nervous system plays a key role. So so here we respond. When we're regulating the nervous system, we respond rather than reacting. For example, when a mother, a manager, or a community leader learns to pause, instead of like exploding or really, being reactive, what's going to happen in that moment in between the two, that interaction, trust is going to grow, safety is going to grow. And when that is going to happen, that is where true leadership is going to, take its roots. And then number 3, alignment. Healing brings us back to our core values, like our actual values. Women especially are often, pulled by these external expectations. But frankly, when we align with our truth, our authenticity, people will notice it. People will see and know and notice. Because at the end of the day, integrity is magnetic. It is, right? And once you hold that and you function and operate from that place, it reshapes cultures. So what do? Let's go back to our first question, that when you think of leadership, what comes to your mind, right? And here, okay, sorry, maybe I've just missed one piece. One piece I've missed. Again, when we do the 3-part work, it does not stay with us. It will have a ripple effect. It's going to go outward. In families, it's going to break cycles. Once a woman is healed, often that would be a turning point for generations as well. She's going to make that change because, again, we are the ones who have the abundance. We are the ones who kind of, multiply whatever we take and we receive. So if we are inculcating that within us, imagine the magnitude of work that's going to do down generations, down communities, down cultures. And in organizations, let's just say, that's going to shift that organizational culture as well. A leader who heals will create a space for balance, safety, inclusion. And imagine, a child is offered all of this. What would a child do? Feel safe, is balanced, is included, is acknowledged. The child will become creative and will explore itself. The same would apply to an organization. It will fuel innovation. And similarly, in a society, you know, when a woman is healed, it won't stay there. It's going to explode. It's going to move forward. And that brings me back to that other slide that I had mistakenly gone to. It's time to reassess, right? Going back to the question, when you think of leadership, what comes to your mind? And while you're pondering on that, I hope today you'll remember this phase, that leadership is not just about titles or strategies. It's about, you know, that unseen, very critical, but that unseen inner work that makes our change possible. And with that, I will call it the end for this slot. And I would also like to, let me just stop sharing. Name the awardees, right?
Yeah, please.
Once you have the slide on, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got Miss Tahreem Khan. Congratulations, Tahreem.
Congratulations, Mr. Tahreem.
And then we've got Dr. Anam Gohar.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations, Dr. Anam.